Good morning, everybody. I wanted to make a video today about stepping into our power, but not just stepping into the power, also um, fully owning it. Uh, I had I listened to a video by this woman Melanie, who is fantastic, and I'll at her at the bottom of this, and I made a comment to her that we all really preface everything that we're saying. Um, the women, the dreaming women, right? With, I know it sounds weird, or this sounds bizarre, or this sounds crazy, and it really does. It does sound crazy because we have been so conditioned for time, all of time, to not believe in a lot of the things that are truly possible, right? That's a conditioned response, probably from the time that we're babies, right? That we start hearing and feeling that, oh, these things are not real, right? And now, starting with like COVID, we went into these unprecedented times, right? And everybody's like, please just give me some precedented times. But within that unprecedented time and coming all the way up to now, and then starting in November with the 4 a.m. wake up time, right? We started to understand, oh no, this stuff is real. There is more. There is another layer that people have either ignored or not fully understood or had not been awakened to. And given that, putting these things out onto, the interwebs, as they say, can be a little, scary. You can feel very vulnerable. And even the people that I follow that I have, the most incredible respect for, and I know that they're getting real information, and I would say it's Spirituality with Sam, Gia Prism, and Ethical Psychic, Jennifer Lisa Vest. They even say, oh, this sounds crazy, but, well, you know what? It's no longer crazy. Now, people who don't have this understanding and haven't had these experiences, they probably still look at us that way. But it is time for us to be fully who we are. So there are people watching this video right now that are in my real life, right? And some of them know that I've been able to channel people who have passed for a long time, and that I'm spiritual and I have intuition and that I'm a healer, right? But they never really heard me talk like this, like the way that we've been talking. So anyway, I'm going to preface this meditation that I had this morning that I thought was really powerful for me. I'm just going to, I'm going to put it out there, and I'm not going to preface with it sounds crazy, because I've checked on this intuition-wise. I know this to be true, okay? So I was doing my meditation, and I always go through, not always, but a lot of times I'll go through clearing the chakras so that I have a clear channel for everything, right? And as I was going through that, at the root chakra, I recognize that Gaia is my biggest guide there, right? Obviously, connections to the earth and to, everything earth related and everybody on earth, okay? So I connect with Gaia there. Then I go to my sacral chakra and I realize it's the fairies. And there is a fairy that came to my house a couple months ago, and she inspired this creativity in me to, bring nature inside my home, which elevates the energy of it, and which also makes it a very welcoming space to have gatherings here. We have parties, we have meditations. People come to my home and feel safe and comfortable and cozy. And it's a place where they can relax and be who they are, right? So that's from the sacral chakra, and that is from the fairies. And then you get to your solar plexus, well, my solar plexus. And there I connected with Artemis, who I didn't even know who Artemis was. And when I first got the entity that came to me, I thought it was a guy, like I thought it was a male entity. But then I looked it up and I saw who Artemis is, and she called me a child of her heart. And when I looked further into that, I got that there was genetic lineage connected to her from when she was a goddess on earth. Now, okay, that sounds bizarre, right? But I've checked on it, and that's what I get. And she comes through all the time now. And then I get to my heart chakra, And my heart chakra is where I connect to my higher self, who wants to be called Celestina. And she is, when I looked up her name, what I got was this connection to a goddess of Carthage who was a nurturing god who protected children, and had very, was connected to the moon. And her name was Tanit. It's a more obscure goddess, okay? And that's what I got. And I was like, are you sure? Because, like, goddess, right? But whatever, that's what I got, and it's been consistent. Then I go to my throat chakra, and I got that that's my ego. And that is where I'm finally learning the truth about things, about what's possible, right? My origins, my abilities. And this is also where I intend to speak my truth fully, obviously with, discretion sometimes depending on where I am, obviously. But speaking my truth and understanding my truth and knowing my own truth, right? And then you get to the third eye chakra, and that's where I've connected with extraterrestrial entities. That's where I connect with people who have passed, with the ascended masters, with the angels, with my spirit guides, like so many. And then also the connection to people across the world, to across the earth in different countries and across the universes. And then obviously the crown chakra is where I connect with the divine and the Christ consciousness, which, as we are learning more fully, I mean, I think we've already always known that we're all divine inside, but that the Christ consciousness resides in all of us. And that was kind of the point all along, right? So anyway, I hope this helps you guys to reframe maybe how you present what you learn and hear and know out into the world. And for those of you who don't believe in any of this, it's okay. You don't have to believe in it. We believe enough, and we're fulfilling our purpose. And you know what? You're fulfilling your purpose, right? Just make sure that you are living your life, living on your purpose, okay? I hope you guys all have a great day. We're having a party in a little while at 1 o'clock with my husband's high school friends. It's going to be music oriented. People are bringing their instruments. Got my Fleetwood Mac t-shirt on. Anyway, find your joy to help balance out all of the things that we struggle with externally right now, all the things that are going on in the world. Find your joy and let it shine, let it emanate out of you. Take care.